start pulling it off. And then teat out, teat out. Alright, so here's literally all you need to do a castration on any type of an animal. This tool stretches this little green castration band, as you can see. Very simple. Scrotum, of course, goes in there. We put it up this way. Scrotum goes in that way. And then all you have to do is just simply close it. When you close it, you want to make sure, and we'll double show you, is that when we castrate Freedom, they do still have 2 teats that are on both sides of the scrotum. We do not want to trap those because those could actually get infected and all that kind of stuff. The other thing that we're going to use is Blue Coat. Blue Coat from Dr. Naylor's. It is a germicidal, fungicidal, virucidal, bactericidal, everything acidal, and it is fantastic to protect against wounds, because although this is dealing with tissue that's just going to kind of like die and then fall off on its own, we still want to take the added precaution. So this is a pretty cool trick there. Yeah, so Freedom's 1 month old now. He was born on July 4th, Independence Day, and now it's August 4th. And so we like to wait for a month because we really want a lot of good immunity to be built up in the ram itself from mother's milk and everything like that. And we don't want to necessarily go through something as, what could be treacherous as a castration. And so we wait for a month, let all of mom's good passive immunity happen. So the reason why we wait for castration, and then also why we do castrate, I mean, we would love not to castrate, but it is imperative for us to be able to keep the baby or the ram with their mom. And when we don't do that, we have a problem with all of that wonderful luscious milk being able to go into the ram in order to be able to grow the ram when we want to. Another thing that ruminants do, which is kind of really weird and gross, is that they actually will try to rebreed with their mom. They don't realize it, they just got that stuff going on. Matter of fact, Freedom has even shown some ruddiness with one of our younger ewes. And so we just want to kind of discourage any of that. And then, it really helps also with the castration, because this ram is going to be raised for lamb, and we don't want any of that gamey flavor that can come from any of the testosterone. So another good reason why we also want to keep the baby with them is because we just want the baby to be with mom. We love to have the herd mentality, and we want to make sure that all of our animals have an opportunity to be with each other. And so the reason why we do the castration, it helps discourage any opportunity for a rebreed accidentally to the mom, and then it allows the ram to grow up with his mother.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Sorry, I should have also taken that.
Oh, he's all clean now.
I'm so sorry. And so that would be the pre-operative procedure portion of the show. I am so sorry that
you want to do that so that they can get nice and clean and
cold and bothered. I am so sorry, pal. Are we all good now? All right, let's go ahead. So, if you can see, the sac is already present when they're born. You have to actually feel for the little berries. And I feel the right one right here, and that's distended. And then you feel the left one right here, and they have a way of actually retracting them. So these are far down enough in the sac. They're about a good third to half of the way down. And these are the teats that I'm talking about. Do not catch these teats inside the castrating band, or else that could actually be no bueno. I have them both. I see the teats. I'm just one of those ones. I just love to make sure. I like to distract and pinch. Really make sure that I'm getting them both in there, which they both are. But you always want to make sure. Got them both. Pinch there, make sure they're not going anywhere. They do that from time to time. Reset. 1, 2. He's starting to run.
I see the teeth.
I know. Just trying to make sure that the testicle stays in. So, 1 in, 2. Loosen so I can feel. 1 in, 2 in. right, left. Make sure I can't feel anything down there. Can't feel anything down there, they're distracted. Start pulling it off. And then teat out, teat out.
You have to manually push it down.
Well, I do, because I like to kind of like, I don't want the machine to inadvertently pop open again. And then if by doing so, it really makes it to where it doesn't, or it allows stuff to kind of sneak back in. Double check. Teats are not caught, see? Teats are not caught. And then I definitely have one testicle right here, the other testicle right here. That is a good castration. Let me pull some of this hair out. So they start turning black within about 2 weeks to fall off, and then usually about 8 weeks they're gone. And what's good is that he'll give us fiber too, so that's another reason why we do this. That'll help it not be all stinky and all that kind of stuff. But that's it. So blue coat's simple, guys. I'm just gonna do like this with him.
Get it like around the...
We looking good?
Looks good.
Alrighty, buddy.
I like your hair color.